Hey, Chris.
Great class this weekend. Still
Oh,
trying to
good, good. I'm
with
glad
the
you enjoyed it.
lymphatic one, but
Yeah, yeah.
um, so with the trauma release, I
Mm-hmm.
used that on a couple of my clients this weekend, at
Mm-hmm.
least partially. And in terms of a follow-up maintenance, one of them had a lot of. So I was working mostly on the brain in terms of and also emotional trauma. So
Mm-hmm.
after the session, she experienced, and the day after, she experienced a lot of burping and releasing, emotionally crying.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, what would be a good
Is
way to
it what
flush that out?
does she have
I think
like
she has a lot of brain fatigue too. Um, Trouble following or following directions or hanging on to information.
I mean, so some of that is can be the byproduct of trauma. Trauma is very
Right.
agitating to the emotional body. It was there like a significant amount of trauma in our past, or this was just something you were flushing out, or like you were targeting something specific?
Nothing specific, although there were situations in her life that I think may have caused the accumulation of maybe the caring for a mother who was very sick. Um, and also, probably there's a lot of projections I felt
Yeah,
towards her.
that could be.
Yeah,
And not everybody always talks about the things that maybe trauma wise, and sometimes people don't realize that something was traumatizing. You know,
right.
it might be like these little things that happen, and so whenever you have like a deep trauma release, like you can always go back and do. Like if it gets a little overwhelming, go back to just like straight up like tarragon or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Um,
Tarragon,
Internally.
benzoin, rose, and just because like when you're releasing some trauma, um, the body is going through a shift. It's releasing something, and the thing is this technique is very short, but it does get to the point, and the reason is that it's actually shifting. It's not just like releasing trauma. It's actually what it's kind of doing in a way is diminishing the tendency in the mental body to like generate trauma. And it doesn't mean like actions, but like how you go through and kind of process things can make it from something that was just like maybe a little bit upsetting to something that's really like traumatizing, something that's really impactful. And we don't do it consciously, but usually that is a byproduct over a period of time of lots of exposures, either to micro traumas or some substantial traumatic events. And so part of why it works so well at releasing things is it's changing how the brain processes these events
Mm-hmm.
and allows them to be like processed a little bit more. And in doing so, the brain just lets it go,
Right.
like in a way. And so, like in a way, you could say it's not really detachment. Like it's not like detaching from the event. It's almost like how you would like cut a cord or clean a cord between you and a person. It's
Mm-hmm.
almost like that, but to a mechanism. Like you're just like going, I'm going to shift this mechanism, and once it does, it allows for greater soul contact, and it just cleans things up quite a bit. And so after there's a shift, sometimes just time,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, they are going through and processing. I mean, the goal is to make it so that maybe they don't have to have the emotional release with the crying, but sometimes it is something that happens because of a tremendous shift. So you can like have them do a salt bath, have them do a little tarragon, and if I remember right, let me look at the notes.
When you say tarragon, like internally, 2 to 3 drops with water.
Or, yeah, 2 or 3 drops internally, or just even inhalation, or you can just go back to either the like from the kit, the lemongrass and Melissa, and just have them inhale the lemongrass or the Melissa.
I'm not sure if she has this.
Okay,
But
I thought you were doing it in the
I-
system.
Yeah, I think she has hyssop.
Hyssop might work. Tarragon, it's got to be something that's like really super soothing.
Okay.
So, tarragon, benzoin, rose,
Anything from
marjoram maybe.
the what do you call it? The class with the colors? She has
Blue healer. You
Blue
could do
healer.
blue healer.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. So you could do blue healer or the sacred blue. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, either one of those would work. Actually, sacred blue would probably be ideal.
Okay.
The blue healer would be soothing to the emotional body and everything. The sacred blue would be able to like help you like maintain the shift and help. It's like soothing, but helps you like to shift the way the brain is working, like in a way.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so
So
much.
after, I'm just curious. So after all that, like you went through, you did a healing. How is she doing afterwards? Is she still having a little bit of difficulty, or?
I chatted with her last night and still feeling tearful.
Mhm.
The burping stopped, I think, last night,
Yeah,
but still feeling tearful.
Yeah, that's just the solar plexus. I mean, the burping is just the solar plexus, a little bit of tension in the diaphragm, and the tension in the diaphragm is usually tied to, autonomic issues or an automatic imbalance a little bit, and so which is usually a byproduct of like either intense stress or trauma. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Greg. Appreciate it.